Okay, gamers, welcome to the. I can't do it with a straight face. Welcome back to the stream, guys. Oh, Christ, how do I go about doing this? Switch the screens. I got the game running already, because this game's got more menus, and I didn't want to have to wait for it to load and everything. I wanted to make sure it would load. Not that it wouldn't, but this game's been having problems with some recent updates. So, uh, fun fact, guys, this area is only open 1 week every month, right? And you might be assuming, like a logical person, oh, Sleepy just like, what are we gonna do about this? One sec, guys. I'm gonna fix this. Why can't WoW run in a nicer resolution? Or can it? Video settings, graphics, display mode. What? It's at the same size as every game I play on this stream, and somehow it's not fitting in my window, which is custom sized for every game I play on this stream. Anyways, let me censor that a little bit. I don't know what's up, guys. Anyways, you might be thinking, oh, he was here a couple days ago, came back, still going on, right? No, it's fucking not. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been exactly 1 month since we last played this game. That being said, I am going to pick up some quests while we're here, some of which we will not finish within the time limit to actually get the credit this month. We'll get it next month, but I want to carry them around for a month. I'm sorry that I've just been ignoring this game. I haven't been streaming over winter break because the internet at home isn't great, and I've not been in the mood to play this game, really. I've been playing Smash. I've been playing good games. I gotta be honest with you guys. This game, the last time I streamed it, I was in like stage 4 of stage 4 of loss and coping with it. Nothing to do with any real life events. It was the game itself. Battle for Azeroth has been complete shit, and I was in the denial stage that it was in complete shit, and I was like, no, this game's good. What do you mean? I will never abandon this game. And then I just sort of stopped playing it for a while, and now I'm back, and I'm not sure if I like where the game is. I'm not sure if I'm happy with the game right now, but I'm going to keep playing it until I am. So, because I have 3 months on my account still, and either I'm going to stop playing after those 3 months, or I'm going to keep playing after those 3 months. But God knows I paid, 45 goddamn dollars for those months. Well, not 45, it's less than that, because the price gets cheaper the more you buy. But hypothetically $45. So, god damn it, I'm going to play this shit. But, ugh. Maybe I shouldn't be playing games that I feel obligated to play the video game. I don't know. What is this all about? 1 moonberry juice and fizzy fair drink. Where do I get... I know where to get fizzy fair drinks, which is... I already have one, don't I? No. Drink vendor. Please. Lovely. I love this mount. I got another mount over break. The one thing I did do in this game it's actually considered an accomplishment is I got, am I wearing a cloth hat? Oh, I'm playing as a mage, that's why. I got the Lucid Nightmare, which I could go over the pain-in-the-ass method that's required to get this thing, but you guys, I don't think you'd be able to fathom how stupid this shit is. Where is he? Where's my Lucid boy? I might swap him out for our current mount so we look like we know what we're doing. So people won't run when they see us. So this piece of shit, this boy right here, I went through a fucking million hoops to get this thing, and that's what they want you to do. And it's stupid. Like, I'm not gonna justify this. I'm not gonna pretend like that this is okay. This is bullshit. So like what you have to do for this piece of shit is, how does this work? You have to go to a specific city in the game, which we're not at this point yet, so I'm not going to spoil it, I guess. But you need to go to a specific city. You need to like click a specific scroll. You need to go to a specific raid from like 4 expansions ago, and then do this puzzle. And then you need to like go to another raid from like 2 expansions before that, and then you have to like go into all these like different dungeons and raids and cities and all kinds of bullshit and click these random objects, and it's ultimately very illogical. And that's not the bad part. Like, I don't mind these little scavenger hunts where they send you around the world. Those are fun. That's an enjoyable experience. It's when they bring in the goddamn, you know, oh, we're on fucking Moonguard. That's right. I forgot all about. Okay. I forgot what server this was. I forgot we did this. I'm just gonna get the moonberry juice and leave. What do you guys say? Moonberry juice. I can't drink it. But there you are. I was gonna say I can still use it. But I was gonna say the goddamn I had to go to this. Okay, so you had to go to this maze, which I'm not bad at mazes. In fact, I would consider myself okay at them. I wouldn't say good. I would never say good in anything, but I'm okay at mazes. My problem is this maze is bullshit. There's too many factors to consider. One room. So okay, here's how it works, right? And I'll explain this because I'm not going to do it again. So there's this maze, and it's on a grid. So imagine you have like a 10 by 10 grid of squares, and each square is a room, and there's like doors to these rooms. And the maze is randomly generated based on your username and I think the day of the week. So you can't possibly know your maze. Maybe you can. Maybe there's someone's figured out the algorithm. I don't know. But it'd be hard to do. And the maze, so it's got this shape, right? And I'm pretty sure it changes if you don't finish it within a day. I did, thankfully. It took me 5 hours, but I did it. But so like these rooms, these squares, there's like, you know, doors on all four sides, you know, kind of like Binding of Isaac's map works, except some of the doors have rocks in them. Instead of being like a randomly generated map of like a normal maze is, it's a full square, and it's just the paths you're allowed to take within the square, but you can reach every room hypothetically. And as if that's not bad enough, right? As if that's not the worst shit already. Sometimes the rooms, like if it's straight through, if you can't go left or right from the door you came in, you can only go forward. Sometimes if you approach from those sides you can't enter, there's a second room in that position going straight perpendicular to that, and you can't tell when this is happening. Like it just happens. And not only that, but there's also these rooms where they'll teleport you to a random room, and you just have to figure out which room that is, and you know, you have to keep a map while you're doing this shit. There's no way you can possibly just figure it out. Dark Shore. Jesus Christ, I hate that mount so much. Let me turn this down to my ears a little bit. So there's that problem, right? And then there's this issue of, like, so you have to keep a map, you have to keep drawing a map as you play, and there's no way of knowing which room's into the teleporting room until you start getting an idea of what this place looks like. And it wouldn't be bad if it was a beginning to end maze, you know, you just walk around for a bit and you eventually find it. But it's not. There's 5 runes and 5 orbs, and you have to bring each color of orb to the correct rune, which is, you know, stupidly complicated, especially when there are so many rooms. And then there's like this issue of, if you come out, okay, how does this work? So there's a square, it's a grid, right? And if you go off the edge of the grid, it teleports you to the other side, but not the, like, it, let's pretend that the, I don't know how to say this. So it's a square, right? It wouldn't just put you on the other end. It'll put you on, like, the opposite corner, I guess? It's fucking confusing, man. It's just stupid. And this bullshit, right? So I'm doing this bullshit. I don't have mining on this character. What do I have? Oh, alchemy. We're alchemists. I forgot about that. My bad. Oh, you want to fight? That wasn't bad. But, so you got that issue, right? And then it's just overwhelming, and it really has no reason to exist. And it's kind of the worst thing ever. Let's queue up a dungeon, let's queue up a PvP map. I'm gonna queue up all 3, because I am pretty cool. Come on. I was talking yesterday on the stream about how I realized in the middle of the stream no one says awesome anymore. Or not awesome, amazing. Like no one would say like, oh that's a... No, it was awesome. It was... No one ever... What word was it? It's one of those 2 words. One of those A words. Maybe it was incredible. I don't know. But all those words are sort of just outdated, you know? And I was fascinated by that. And then I'm realizing how much shit I used to say as a kid that no one says anymore. I think I've talked earlier on the stream about this, but the word sap as an insult, there was a part in my life where people stopped saying it, and I was fully convinced I made that up. And I heard it on TV, like, I was watching a cartoon that probably wasn't written very well. I can't remember which one it was. It was one of those ones, it was during that dark age of Cartoon Network. But, I'm lagging a little bit here, guys. But I was watching a cartoon and someone used it as an insult, and I was like, so I didn't make that up. But it was just weird to be like, there was this thing I heard all the time, and then just suddenly it stopped existing. And I think that's just because it was the first time that happened to me, not because sap is a particularly weird insult. But I will say it does not sound like an insult. Right? Like, it doesn't sound like it's a good insult. It sounds silly, which is the point, but also it just fucks me up, man. Like I just don't I don't understand it. But oh wow. Come on, give me the gold. Give the goblin the gold. Is there an exit this way? I don't even know where I'm going, guys. We'll figure it out. I am getting a lot of cloth, which can be auctioned, and that is a good thing. So, let's see. I think we auctioned some shit last time, but we didn't get the money because we ended the stream for like a month, so it doesn't count. But oh well, it's okay. There will be plenty of auctions in the future, and we will win all of them. Or I guess we will sell things in all of them. We're not winning auctions in this game. We're only creating them. Man, you ever just look at your character and be like, wow, I have the most ugly character possible right now. With the least appropriate mount, even. Like, we're hitting all the marks here with this one. But, ugh. What else was I going to complain about? I want to complain about weird things. See, because I'm an English major. Obviously, this is my nature to think about the language a lot. But because I have much empty space in my schedule, so I've just been taking classes for the hell of it. And I've been taking a lot of classes on, you know, actual, but like weird bits of, you know, etymology and linguistics and things, because I'm fascinated by that stuff. And it's weird how much shit I don't notice about the language while I'm speaking it. And it's normal. Like, everyone has that. But just, like, for me in particular, it's really noticeable sometimes. Like it's really weird to figure that stuff out, I guess. I don't know how I want to say it, but man, can you believe we only have 9,997 more kills to go before we get the achievement? I'm gonna get that on my main character at some point, and then we'll count for all of them. What are we doing next? Where are we going? Let's go up here. Let's go this way. But yeah, it's just weird, I guess. I don't know. Language is weird, and the way it evolves is weird. Like, okay, this is here it goes, guys. Here comes the college man in me. The education's coming out. But it fascinates me how. So let's say we have 1,000 years of written English, right? And I'm not saying That's a perfectly accurate number. I'm also not saying it's inaccurate. It's close, a little over, maybe 1,500, but we have a lot, right? And it's gone through at least, you know, 3 iterations. Some people decide there's 4. Some people even decide there's 5, and the 5th one's a new one that's like just happening, and we're moving into it. But the point I'm making is English is a rapidly evolving language, and what fascinates me is there are, okay, let's just say 2. There's 5, but 3 of them were only around for like 100, 200 years. Maybe a little more, but 2 letters in particular fascinate me, and those letters are Ash and Thorn. In case any of you smart people out there are like, what is these letters? Even though I guess you should be able to guess them yourselves, but you can Google that if you don't know what that is. But it's fascinating that there's this letter, specifically Thorn, I think because Ash is still used in like 5 words total, but it's still used a little bit. I don't think Thorn is, I think like Icelandic is the only language that still has it now, right? Like it's a very small list. Oh, we don't have, oh yeah we do. We have trivial quests on there. But it's interesting that remove curse. I'm putting that there. I'm not gonna use it. It's just, honestly, we don't, well, we should probably have it. It's, oh, I didn't mean to do that. I feel like I've done that before. Do I need this? Like, removing curses? What does this do? What does it dispel? Removes all curses from a friendly target. Let's just go in a dungeon, we'll figure it out in there. I don't think we need this, though. But, that man's hiding, I guess. But no, it's interesting just that there's this letter, again, Thorn, which we've had in our language for, I don't know the exact specifics here. I'm gonna say, okay, listen, I'm gonna be wrong, and people are gonna complain, but let's say if English has been around for 1,300 years, Thorn had been in our language for at least 800 of those years, maybe 900, I'm not sure. It's been around for a while, and it only recently got replaced with TH. Is this too loud? That's a little too loud, a little bit of cacophony going on there. But, bit in my ears, actually. But it's interesting because we've had this letter for so long, and now nobody even knows it exists. Like, nobody even knows what it is when they see it, and they're, like, fascinated that we had this other letter. And I'm not saying they should know about it, you know, because it's certainly not an important piece of information, and it's definitely not something I would expect our education system to, you know, teach. But, like, I don't know, man. It's just interesting. I don't know. Like, whenever I say, like, oh, I'm surprised people don't know this, I'm not saying they should know this. And I'm not expecting anyone watching this to remember this in a week, but it fascinates me. Like, I don't like to nitpick things, you know, I don't like to be like, you need to know this specifically. Because you don't. I do. Because that's my major. But you don't. But, I don't know. It's interesting shit, I guess, is what I would say. That's how I would summarize it. But, what are these people doing? They already got parachutes, guys. There we are. Look at that. Works just fine. Oh, it got wasted. Oops. It doesn't work. It didn't clear the thing. You know what else would have been useful, guys? Not wasting my time with this. Gotta clear poisons, that'd be nice. Monks have one of those. I don't. But anyways, like, I don't know. There's so much language isn't the only thing that's constantly changing, and it's definitely not alone in the whole like, what? This used to be this? Like, I think you'd be hard pressed to find somebody who knows what like ether is, for example. Like the whole, is that how you pronounce it, by the way? I don't care. The whole idea that space must have something. But, you know, one of those blatantly wrong, or not blatantly wrong, I wouldn't say. It's not like you can just see it this wrong, but, you know, one of those, I'll say incorrect. I'll just say, yeah, that's a good answer, but I'm not a science man. I should not get involved in this discussion. But, ooh, those are shoes. Also, this level sucks. I didn't make that clear, but this raid is not fun. Or this dungeon is not fun, I'm sorry. That guy just made his own weapon. He plays by his own rules. Oh, I guess we're dealing with this now. Nope, okay. Video games. But no, oh, I'm just gonna do it this way. Oh, guess it didn't work. I guess I'm casting Pyroblast now. That was not planned. What is that noise? I keep hearing... There's a weird noise. I don't know if it's a human or if it's like a washing machine being weird or what, but very weird noise I just heard. I don't know how to describe it. Oh man, I'm sorry, I'm fascinated right now by my own technology. I'm looking at my audio because like I said before, I've been playing with some new filters on the thing, and some of them work really nicely, and I'm happy with them. There's no downside to any of this. Maybe a little. Maybe the audio sounds weird sometimes. I've heard myself. I can't tell if it's me breathing or if it's somebody outside making like a banging noise that's just picking up faintly. But there's like some weird... I don't even know what it is. Because sometimes I have allergies, and you know, around this time of year, I start breathing funny because my nose is full of gunk, and I'm trying to have it not be full of gunk, but I don't know. Here we are. Unrelated thing, by the way, guys, because I'm imagining, and I don't have proof of this, so don't quote me on this, but I'm imagining Psychonauts and Duke Nukem both only have about 3 streams ahead of them left. So that's about 6 days. That's like next week. So, what do you guys want to see after that? And I'm asking that legitimately. Like, what do you guys want to see? Because I can do a sequel finally. I think it's been long enough. I think I can start playing like Hotline Miami 2 or something. Perhaps. I don't know. I might wait a little longer. Because I've seen some, like... I'm using the word Let's Player even though I'm a live streamer. I've seen some Let's Players, you know, wait a whole year for that shit. But... I don't know. Can I talk about how, like... And this is, like, the internet conditioning me to do this. This isn't, like, me, myself, probably. This isn't my own thought, I guess I would say. But, like, the internet has somehow conditioned me to feel like an awful taste in my mouth when I hear the word Let's Player or say the word Let's Player. And I'm not saying it isn't justified, but, like, I make gaming content, and I've been doing it for, like, 8 years now. So it's just really weird that it works on me. It's really weird. I don't know what that is. It sounds... Okay, it sounds like... I don't even know. Anyways, I should not get distracted while I'm streaming. It's probably not a good way to get good commentary out of this. But, yeah. I've found that, like, recently I've been, like, thinking how to improve the stream more. Especially in terms of commentary. And... partially this came from a book, but partially this was my own idea. I guess it came from a book that wasn't streaming related. It was related to something else, and I was like, you know, it just kind of applies to streaming too. but or I guess commentary, but it's, I read somewhere that basically any art, it's something, it's like if you're trying to approach it head on, like if you sit down and you're just like, I am going to draw today, and you give yourself a blank canvas, like you're gonna blank, you're gonna not have an idea. And I feel like if you sit down to stream, like obviously you're gonna sit down to stream, you're not gonna just, you know, it's not gonna be a thing you do at random, but if you sit down and you're just like, I'm going to be funny today, I don't feel like you can do it. But the magical thing about commentary is you don't have to do that. You know, some people don't watch streams for humor, they watch them for entertainment. And that can mean any emotion. And I've realized over the years, I'm just like, yeah, maybe, you know, just don't be funny, and it will come out naturally, because I don't consider myself a funny man, but whatever, you know. I try to just talk about interesting shit most of the time, and disguise it as jokes, but a lot of times I really do like having, I like to discuss things that are discussable, but I don't know. It's a good habit to get in if you stream. If you can have a live chat, right? And this is like this is a tip, and I'm not saying this from the perspective of a successful person. I'm saying this from the perspective of a person who knows what he likes to watch. But if you have a chat that's like live and you're talking to them at some points, why'd I grab the key? I don't want the key. Get out of here. Useless. Bad. But you know, if you're doing live streams, you really should get in the habit of talking about things people can respond to. And I'm sure you all know, way back in the old days, while I was posting midis and, you know, shit like that on my channel, I would get Vinesauce quotes. And I think the problem is that Joel from Vinesauce, at least the highlight videos, I've watched his videos before and he says some interesting shit sometimes, but his highlight videos, he doesn't really phrase them in a respondable way, and the most you can do with that is just quote it. And I'm not saying, you know, oh, that's just, you know, that's, everyone should do that, but I'm saying at least have a little bit. Like, for example, I am in the Super Mega Discord because I'm a huge fan of Super Mega, and I'm not going to promote that or anything because it's not my you know, thing to promote. It's theirs. But like I was gonna say, like, they discuss things sometimes where I see people actually talking about it the next day after the video comes out, and it's interesting that you can do that. Like, you know, they'll be in the video, they'll be like, oh, something like, oh, remember when this was a thing? And they won't go back to it because you can't do that, but the chat will. Like, it will actually discuss that. But I don't know. There's those. This is part of that lucid nightmare thing, by the way. If anyone's wondering, that's one of the puzzles, and that's the fucking worst one. If you're not using a walkthrough, I imagine. Like, I used a walkthrough because I, you know, fuck that. But if you're not, that is hands down impossible. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. But yeah, I don't know. This is going so slowly. It's because I'm a low-level mage, that's why. But I've been I said before earlier that I've been expanding my Steam wishlist, and the Steam wishlist, for people who are wondering, I don't do it as like a buy me video games or I won't stream kind of thing. Because there are people who do that, and those people are what you call bad. I do it because whenever I add a game to my wish list, my phone gets an alert when it goes on sale. So I do it for my own sake, so I can buy them myself. But I've been working on my lists, and there's so much shit I didn't know was on Steam. Like, it's the best. But like I think a while ago I mentioned Star Ocean, which is a very weird RPG where the plot is just badly strung together sci-fi tropes but the characters are interesting, I guess. Mostly, the interesting part is the gameplay, and that's what you're there for. But I found out that the fourth one's on Steam. Only the fourth one, unfortunately. But that's fine, because the fourth one's my favorite. And they don't really matter. You don't have to play them in order. But I've just been sitting here like, man, I'm going to play that on the stream at some point. I'm going to buy that and play it when it's not 15 bucks to play. Which is admittedly very cheap, but also... Jesus Christ. Oh, I got a new thing. Grease smudged sash. That is great. I will take it. Also this. Thank you. I don't know where the boss is. That's an exit. But... like... that's one thing. And then there's, what else was there I saw? There's a couple games I just didn't... like, okay, how do I say this? I knew they existed. I just never thought about them. Like, Cuphead was something I didn't have on it. Which is a game I wanted to play on my own regardless. But just some part of my brain rejected the idea that Cuphead even exists. And I've been sitting here like, oh yeah, I gotta play that at some point. And I'm realizing now that because of my school schedule, it's healthy for me to only really play on the stream. Especially with new games, because when I get a new game, I play all of it in like a day. Or I try to. And it's like a weird response in my brain. It's not like a thing that I try to do, but you know, I shouldn't do that. I should not set myself up to do that. So lately I've been streaming games more blindly, but right now I have so many games on my Steam to play that I don't have to think about buying games before I stream them. I just have games to play. And when I eventually get a capture card for this stream, it's going to continue to be that probably because I have a lot of console games to play that I really want to play. But damn, there's some shit on Steam that I need to buy. That's all I was getting at with this. There's a bunch of franchises that I want to dabble in on the stream, but I don't know. You know. I don't know. You know. That's a word. That's a phrase. Those go together. What do you mean? But I can't open Steam right now because obviously I'm streaming and it's not a Steam game, so it'd be kind of weird and awkward. I already have these? Okay, I'm not, you know, I'm not against that. I like pants. But anyways, yeah. I'm sorry, my commentary is falling apart a little bit because I'm thinking about shit to talk about, but I've been eyeing a few things. I'm waiting for them to go on sale, and they're basically on the I'm going to buy it as soon as I can list. But for the stream specifically, they're games I've probably played before. Most of them, at least. Cuphead's the only one that I haven't played that I want to stream at some point. But look at the fucking Lego games again, and I've been like, damn, like those are just really good. And I want to play it on the stream at some point because I love it. It's a great game. But I don't know. I don't know what's stopping me. Aside from price, they never go below. The $5 is the lowest I've seen the one I want to play. And I played a little bit of The Hobbit, if you guys remember, and then I unlisted the videos and I said I'll do it again later. And the thing that's making me want to do it later is the fact that I want to do the Star Wars one first, and I want to go through them in the, you know, the quote-unquote proper order. But yeah, we'll figure it out at some point. But I also want to stream, what's the one? I found out recently that Tasmanian Tigers on Steam, all three of them, and I only played the first one as a kid, and I never beat it. Like, I never really got that far into it. And I really wanted to stream that game. I would have wanted to buy it and stream it, because I feel like it'd be an interesting experience to, you know, go through this game I grew up with and never actually got that far into. And get that far into it. That's how I can describe it, sure. But, I don't know, we'll figure it out. There's all kinds of streams ahead of us, all kinds of adventures. You know, I want to bring back the Sunday sketch stream with Cookie Clicker soon, because I want to... This is kind of a weird idea. The sketch stream never really had a purpose. It never really had, like, a format, obviously. It started out with a little bit of one, but obviously it's not staying. But, I've been thinking of doing a blog. I shouldn't say this yet. I should wait till I do it, but it doesn't matter. I don't have enough of a following for anyone to give a shit. I was thinking of doing a blog specifically focused on like folklore monsters. Not just folklore monsters, fictional monsters in general. Maybe real ones too, who knows? Because like Mothman fascinates me, and you know, not Bigfoot, I don't give a shit about Bigfoot, fuck him. Nessie fascinates me. Aliens for like big time fascinate me. And I guess I don't believe in ghosts, but the culture surrounding them fascinates me a lot. But I also want to do shit like delve into the world of like, because I want to like review them in a sense, not like a review, but like just be like, look, this one's cool for these reasons, this one's uncool for these reasons, you know, Bigfoot's fucking stupid, that kind of thing. But I was like, well, there's also like all these really well designed actual like fictional monsters, like shit like, you know, I could, with this game, I could say anything I'm fighting right now is an answer, but like also, like for example, Frankenstein. You know, he's interesting and he's got this dynamic, and I'd love to talk about why a monster does or doesn't fascinate me. Because monsters, if you've been to my DeviantArt, you know they fascinate me a lot. You know, my main character is besides Sleepy is a skeleton, and I draw things like you know, disgusting giant face monsters because they're cool looking, and I'm obsessed with them, sort of. You know, I'm obsessed with... I've never read the book, and I know I'm gonna sound like an idiot when I say that, but I'm obsessed with, you know, like Lovecraft type monsters and shit. Maybe I should read the books, you know. It's sort of not good to treat an obsession like that, but you know, just monsters in general are really cool to me. I guess I don't want to approach a religious level with it, at least yet, because it's partially for a school thing, but you never know. Is this a higher level version of a thing I'm already wearing? Did it just equip the new one? Okay, yeah, it did. Cool. I think we're done here. Okay, let's leave. But, I don't know. Would you guys be interested in that shit? I think I can make it happen. I'm not saying it'd be hard to do. I'm just saying, okay. I don't know if there's an interest, is what I'm getting at here. Like, I don't know if people care. It doesn't matter if you guys care, I'm gonna do it anyways. But, my problem with it, my only real issue with it is, my plan with it is to do 2 posts a week, right? And just talk about something every 3 days. 3 days not being an actual number, 3.5 days. You get the idea. One on like a whatever, 2 days, 2 specified days every week. And my problem with it is, if I do it as part of the Sunday sketch stream and I draw these characters every Sunday, the issue is that it's going to control the Sunday sketch stream. There's no way I could do it without, you know, I couldn't do both. I need that time to work on that kind of stuff. But I don't know. Maybe I can make it work. Who knows? There's a lot of possibilities out there, I guess. But I would start with Mothman, because Mothman's my all-time favorite dude. And a lot of people don't know why, and I don't know why either. I love him. I read a book about him, and okay, so here's the thing with Mothman. Mothman's what got me into cryptozoology, which is the study of animals or creatures which may or may not be real. A lot of times they are blatantly not real, but they're still fun. But I'm gonna put this up here. That wasn't what I meant to do, but okay. But like, in terms of like cryptozoology, like what do I want to say here? My brain's not making words because I'm trying to focus on the video game too. So when I was a kid, I got into it in 7th grade when I discovered, like, I knew about like Loch Ness Monster and shit before this, right? And I like these things, but I didn't know there was a study of them, and I didn't know there was like this whole world of conspiracy theories and things, and I've gotten really obsessed with it for a while. But in 7th grade, which was, how many years ago was that now? God damn, I was like 12, so this must have been 9 years ago. But I found these our middle school had these books about these monsters, right? And I found one that said Mothman, and I looked at it and I was like, this sounds silly. Like, this sounds like a silly, cute book with, like, you know, cool artwork or cool photos or something. So I picked it up and I read it and I discovered it was nonfiction. And it was about, obviously Mothman is not real. I don't believe in him. But it was about these reports of possibly seeing a Mothman. And because people thought they saw it, I became obsessed with it. I was like, damn, like, this is something people think is real. And, you know, even just thinking something could be real adds this layer of, like, complexity to it. And I just became obsessed with him, and I love his look, his design. And I've drawn him before, because, you know, he's easy to draw. He doesn't have arms. He has you don't really show his legs, because he's like a silhouette. So, like, his wings cover up the legs. But, like, God, what a fucking cool dude. What a man. But, yeah, Mothman. A true man. Can I please kill something today? I am doing awful. I'm gonna get out of here. Oh, we're doing better than they are. This can't be that bad. Yeah, I'm getting out of here. This is bad. Where's the leave button? Leave Battleground. This is going badly. We're not at the level yet where we can actually enjoy Battlegrounds. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe I'll do it. Maybe I'll just do, because there's some stupid school project I have to do a blog for it. I might just do a normal one where I just talk about life. But I'm not an interesting person. That's my thing. I don't think of myself as a person who, you know, I'm not the kind of person who can... Maybe I shouldn't say that, because I do a fucking 2-hour live stream every night. 2.5-hour live stream where I talk about myself for 2.5 hours. Maybe I am an interesting person. But then again, what am I going to talk about that I don't talk about on the stream? And that's sort of where monsters come in. But, you know. But I'm fascinated by, like, you know, how cool are they? How much can I get obsessed with them if I wanted to? Because I can get obsessed with, like, for example, in this game, Cthulhu. I could just talk about that character for hours because he's super fucking cool. Or like Illidan, like I can just, you know, the Lich King, easily the Lich King. Or, you know, Sindragosa or whoever the fuck. There's all kinds of cool characters in this game. And that's not even what I want to do, like this kind of thing. So it's like, I don't know. I think the passion will drive it along. And perhaps it will outdo the stream, unfortunately. That's my fear, is that the stream will do okay, and this fucking blog is gonna fucking blow it out of the water. And, like, no matter what I do, I will be the guy who draws monsters. Which is okay. You know, that's the kind of thing you can actually publish books of and talk about for long periods of time. This isn't. This is not the kind of thing people are interested in paying money for. Which I should not say, because somehow... some of you madmen pay money to watch, not to watch, but to support streams. And as cool as that is, and as much as I want to say, hey, thanks for making this a viable option for people, what are you doing? What are you putting your money into? Please think for a second. Don't stop doing it, but also, please don't stop doing it. I also want to do this for a career. I would also, okay, I don't want to. I would like to. That's the word I want. But, seriously, you're paying for fucking... Let's Player 2.0, perhaps 1.0, I don't know, but I'm playing fucking World of Warcraft, and this is considered entertaining content. I should not be talking shit on my own content, but it's for real. I'm fascinated there's a market for this, and it's not to say I don't enjoy them myself, it's just to say, damn, like, you know, there's a lot of people out there who will watch you play video games for hours on end. Like, literal hours. We've already been doing it for 30 minutes or 45 minutes so far, and we're not even close to being done. But, whatever. Oh, man. Echo Ridge Mine discovered. Sweet. Wonder where we're gonna go from there. Nice. We're all set. Let's go turn this shit in. I wanted to check. I got a bell, didn't I? I thought I got... yeah, there it is. Grease smudged bell. It's like, I unlocked something today. Should I queue something up? Should I be going on adventures in this game today? You guys even care? I'm sort of just having fun. Just doing quests and shit. Oh, you can do this on your mount. They didn't expect you to have a mount by this point, obviously. This is supposed to be the beginning of the game if you're a human. Okay, well the rest of these humans are screwed. Have I ever shown you guys? There's a face, like a human face on this thing. Kind of fucked. It's a skin tent. Anyways. Also, another thing is, and this is perhaps less interesting, but this guy up here... Let me get a drink of my water. Sorry about that. Ow, Jesus Christ. This fucking desk. Marshall McBride looks like Dr. Phil. With your help, we managed to secure northern and western sectors of Northshire. But I need you to understand, you can't talk like that in my show. I can't do a Dr. Phil voice. What's all this shit? I see Dr. Phil on, like, cringe subreddits constantly. And people hate him. Like, even people who are into that kind of culture are just like, Dr. Phil's a fucking asshole. And I'm fascinated by it. Because, like, I'm not saying they're wrong. I'm just wondering what he didn't... Because normally, right, there's, like... Let's use a recent example. Matt Pat. You know, he's an asshole. He's an asshole. He's a dumbass in general. Here we go. Here we go. Sleepy's talking shit on big people bigger than him. He's punching up again, guys. But, like, Matt Pat is not the smartest human. As much as he would want you to believe otherwise. That he is the one true video gamer boy. But no one really started calling him out for shit until... I guess until the Pope got Undertale, but more specifically... the recent thing where Toby Fox called him out. And I was thinking, like, there's always that one specific thing that you get in trouble for before you get into, like, before you become public enemy like that. And I'm wondering what that one specific thing Dr. Phil did was. Because as far as I'm concerned, he's just a piece of shit. Like, we just all decided one day we don't like him. As a result of minor offenses, like a culmination of many. Because I ask people what's wrong with him, and their response is always like, oh, he exploits people on his show. And it's like, yeah, no shit. But, like, that's not the thing that should get him in trouble. Not that it's right, because it's not. It's the opposite of right, which I guess is wrong. It's the fact that that's not a thing people care about, I don't think. Like, that's not a thing that people will call someone out for. He had to have done some really bad thing before people started saying, yeah, he sucked anyways. Because that's what always happens. You know, that's what happened with, oh Christ, here we go, I have to think of someone. You know, Jake Paul. Like, Jake Paul was always an asshole, but it wasn't until he did specific things that people were like, okay, maybe. But, my brother, who was... at time, I know we're still in a era where the Paul brothers are relevant, so I gotta be careful how I phrase this. But when they were extremely relevant, like before they were specifically known for being shit, my fucking brother was in some grade. I can't remember which one. Please don't crucify me, guys. It was either late middle school or early high school, one of those two. But so this is like a year or two ago. But, I remember he, like, this is around the Logan Paul Forrest drama, but, I remember specifically, like, he told me, like, I didn't think anyone cared, because I'm in college now, and I don't see the trends firsthand anymore, and I'm always like, there's a market for this? And there totally is, but I just don't see it. But, my brother told me there's, like, this fucking war where... What was it like? He said, like, there's, like, a war between people who had Logan's merch and Jace merch, and I was like, that's the fucking stupidest thing. And I can totally believe it. Like, that's not inconceivable to me. Because I don't know. It's there's this weird problem right now where YouTube culture is becoming consumerism culture, and I'm not against consumerism. Like I'm not the kind of guy who looks at a t-shirt and he's like, this is capitalism at its worst. We need to cease the means of production. I'm not that kind of guy, but come on. Can I have one source of entertainment that isn't trying to sell me something? Or isn't trying to sell other people something? Because obviously I'm not in the market for that, and I don't watch that. But I'm saying, like, YouTube is becoming TV 2.0, where they're still trying to sell you products of their shows, but now it's slightly more convenient and slightly more expensive. But I don't know. I don't like current YouTube culture. And I know I know current YouTube culture is like this easy thing to it's a low-hanging fruit. That's the word I wanted. But it is. It fucking is. Like it's justified because it's shit. And I'm not saying it was all. What the hell is this? What is going on? Why is there a very large man sleeping? Why are there very many very large men? I can't see. Who fucking lets people do this? What a magical game. Oh man. But no, it's just I don't know. I'm not saying YouTube culture was ever good. It never was. You know, back in the days we smile upon it because we're nostalgically looking at fucking Ray William Johnson, which is not a thing that it was great. You know, it never was. It was kind of shit. But I'm not saying it's even getting worse. I think it's always been bad, but just one specific aspect of it got worse. Worse, not worst. Yeah, I'm not happy. It's different. It's changed. That's the problem. I'll say it. I'll be real. It's because on the fucking internet, change is a bad thing, and there's a change, and I don't like it. But I have the right to complain. I think you'd think, because back in the day, right, like 20 years ago up until like 10 years ago, the internet was virtually unchanging. Like trends would come and go, but the means by which these trends would come and go, you know, I shouldn't say that, because, you know, 20 years ago, people were forwarding emails, and I can't remember the last time I even gave a shit about email outside of, like, work, but, like, there's something different about the kind of, I think it's because the internet became less niche, and now it's like, you know, the kind of shit you're trying to avoid seeing by using the internet, like the ooh, look at this cool hip thing, you know, you didn't see hip shit on the internet back in the day, and now you totally do. And I think that's part of the problem, but I don't know. I have the right to complain. I think the internet should stick to that, which it can't, obviously. I think when something bigger comes around, because like let's look at some obscure hobby like reading. Like reading's a bad example. Never mind. What's the thing? What would you guys say is the thing that used to be good and then got bad, and then got good again because of user base? Because like, what I'm going for here is that the internet got popular, and that's what killed it. But then the internet will get unpopular when something takes its place, right? And when that happens, we will have it all back to ourselves again, and there's really no reason to complain, because that's going to happen. But I cannot think of a specific example of how that's going to happen, so it doesn't matter. That's a rare. Got an actual goddamn rare out here, guys. I hardly ever see these, so what's he going to drop for us? Ooh, a cloak, which I already have. I'll take it anyways. But yeah, I don't know. Internet cultures, it comes and goes. It's very fluid. It's not like, this is such a weird thing to say. Real world culture is very, what's the word I want? It's slow moving. a lot of shit just never falls out of favor. Some shit does, a lot of shit does, but it's more likely that something will reign supreme in the real world than on the internet for very long periods of time. Like, on the internet, for example, like a meme. Well, I guess a meme's a bad example, because, like, what are you going to compare it to? But I was going to say, like, there's certain movie quotes where, like, the movie has been out of style for, like, 30 goddamn years now, but people still say the quote. You know, people still say Star Wars quotes, and I don't think anyone... I shouldn't say this. I don't think anyone outside of Star Wars fans care about Star Wars anymore. Because there's other shit to go see now. And the new Star Wars is very good. But, like... What am I getting at? I don't even know what I'm trying to say here. Like, but like an internet meme... Like Thanos memes are already out of style. They're already like... No, they're not funny anymore. You know, you're trying to appeal to kids now. And I think that's the problem, is that people on the internet are more, you know, quick to recognize when you're trying to appeal to somebody in particular. And they don't like that. We don't like being toyed with. And perhaps that's why they use the internet, is because they think they're not being toyed with, but you are, you know. It's the same. It's the same shit. Just different outlet, same shit. But I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I think, like, I don't know, man. There's a reason that a company like Nintendo can make the same game 20 times in a goddamn row. And you know what I'm talking about. And no one's gonna argue with me at this point. It was a point of argument, you know, 10 years ago. At this point, no one will tell you that there needs to be more new Super Mario Brothers games. But you see, it's interesting because in the real world, no one cares. They will keep playing them because they're still in style. Sorta, I guess. But, like, fucking... I'm trying to think of it. Like on the internet, if you make the same game on Steam twice, like the exact same game, people will not accept that. You know, Binding of Isaac Rebirth could not just be Binding of Isaac with better graphics. And the reason I know this is because every time Cave Story gets a remake, people complain, right? It's like, oh, just play the original's free and isn't just recycling shit. Why is there just a random torrent out here? What are they doing? And why do they have PvP on? I can kick their ass. And I could get an honorable kill for that. I'm not gonna do it because I'm not an asshole. But God, that's the most dangerous shit you can do in a video game, guys. Aside from giving out, like, personal information, that's probably not safe. But, like, I don't know. Internet culture is hard to analyze, right? Because you find your own interests, and maybe that's why things don't last long. It's because people on the internet don't stick to one thing for very long. Like, on an individual basis, you can only really care about something for like a year max. And in that time, you're discovering new things regardless. And yeah, all that. But, someone needs to write some goddamn shit on this for me, thanks. I will happily help you, but I don't know. Like, let's say it like this, like a subreddit, right? Like an older subreddit will become empty after like a year. Like, I don't see people, or it will become just reposts because, you know, new content is hard to come by, and making your own certainly isn't on the table. This is, you know, this is a website like Reddit we're talking about, and Reddit's just a hypothetical. It could be any site. I'm just using it as an example. But like, for example, the subreddit, what was it? Crappy off-brands used to be really popular and really good, and it used to post really funny off-brand products. And now it's just reposts because we're out of shit, you know? And I think it's because we've had our fill of it, and, you know, it's partially I've had my fill, but I don't know. Can I complain about a completely tangentially related thing? I want to complain about websites constantly changing their goddamn layout. Like, I see a lot of people saying like, "Oh, I left Facebook because of all the trash, you know, all the shit posts." not the shit posts, but the shit posts. But I want to just say, I left Facebook like 5 years ago when they changed their website for the 50th goddamn time. That is, it just pisses me off, man. Like, you know, I'm sure, you know, there are people who are gonna be like, oh, that's not, you know, that doesn't bother me, or people who will be like, yeah, that's right, you should leave. And I'm not saying this should be a debate. I'm just saying this is my opinion. But like, don't fucking fix what isn't broken, especially when Facebook fixed what wasn't broken to the degree of removing tons of shit, like just tons of content. Like, chances are, if you made something on Facebook 7 years ago, 7 years ago is a very bad number. 10 years ago, holy shit, that's really weird to say. Let's say you made a Facebook thing 10 years ago, and you're just like, I want to go see that again. I want to go back to that post, and like make a pilgrimage back to that post and look at it again. Where's the man? I need to find him. Is he here? Is he alive? I can't tell because this fucking dude is sleeping on top of him. I think, potentially. Is he not here? There's no dude. We're gonna have to wait. But that's okay. They keep killing him because this is a very popular server. But God, where is he? Where's he at? William Pessel isn't his name? You learn his name by this point because you have to keep coming back here for his stupid shit. But like, okay, Facebook's old design used to have pages and was it those groups and pages, and groups, there was never a social aspect to either, really. They weren't about socializing, they were about looking good on your page. And I think one of them was you join it and no one would know, and then one of them you'd join it and it would be all over your page. Like you became a fan or you liked something and that would be all over your page. But if you joined a group, it would, they might tell your friends you did, but they wouldn't make it obvious, because it's, you know, that's the point where it's like, I just want to see posts from them. But I remember specifically, like, they don't have the fan pages anymore. They merged them, and I think a bunch of them got lost. A lot of them probably were just deleted by the creators. That's the real answer. Is I think if I look for my shit, it's probably still on there somewhere, just really hard to find because it's buried beneath all the actual successful shit. You know, if I made a successful Facebook page 20 years ago, I don't think I'd be doing this. Not that that's a good endeavor. But nowadays, that is a good endeavor. There is some money to be fucking had, Facebook, and I hate it. I think it's stupid. I think YouTube makes more sense as a career, and that's assuming it makes sense as a career. But fucking Facebook, man, holy shit. But no, I can put screenshots of their old design in here. I might just to show you all. But their new design is fucking awful. And I hate it. And it was really bad at one point. There was like 15 minutes. You know, I literally like 15 minutes. I remember this. There was one day where I got on Facebook in like 8th grade and it looked like shit just for like 15 minutes. Like they put a bunch of stupid shit in the chat window that didn't belong there. And I'm not saying this, like this wasn't like the site glitched and it loaded up weird. Like this was legitimately, they tried this. And like within 15 minutes, it was gone. I remember everyone was complaining about it, and they just removed it immediately. They reverted it, and that was the best day of my life, because something actually went my way in terms of the internet. But I don't know, that was a shit day. But do you guys remember when? Do you guys remember fucking Blog TV? Like before Twitch was a thing, we used to go to these really like weird, obscure streaming sites, and that was probably the most popular one that I used. And I guess they closed at some point. I think they turned into Twitch, or they merged with Twitch or something. I think that used to be Twitch, or that was the old Twitch or something. But I have to look it up. What did Blog TV turn into? Let's look up it right now. I know there's a game happening on my screen here, but what Keemstar is on Blog TV? What do you guys know? We can watch Keemstar on Blog TV. 7 years ago. No, Blog TV, Wikipedia. There we go. Blog TV was a live streaming video service which... Can I... Wait a second. I'm sorry. What does that fucking say? Did I just find a fucking... Oh, okay, okay. Blog was a video service reintroduced by... Okay. I thought it's... You know what I thought it said? I thought it said Blog TV was a video service, or video streaming service, which reintroduced mad cow disease. That would have been great. I would have loved to see those words in that sentence. In January 2016. Oh, is it back? Is it back up? 2008 was the first live user-generated content for mobile phones. The Russian sister site, I don't care about that. 2019, a new type account, Pro. 2009, junior channel type, which I think was what I would have been back at the time. 1.0 version of their site. Okay, was merging with YouNow. Fucking YouNow. I remember this. I hated this. Like, as soon as it became YouNow, I was like, I'm done. I'm out. In 2016, it was announced that blog become active again under the domain blogtv.ca by new owners, Mad Cow Media LLC. Canceled due to funding. Good job, guys. But I remember this site. I remember using it all the time, and oh my god, I'm looking at images of it right now, and it looks fucking awful. Why'd I use this? Why'd I think this was a good idea? This looks like a spam site. It was a spam site, probably. But that was what we did. That was what was hip. I remember as a kid, I just thought any site that let me have a banner was neat, because YouTube didn't let you have a banner. Back in the day, YouTube's... This is the thing I think is the biggest loss in YouTube history, by the way. Back in the day, YouTube used to have pages you could customize, like with custom backgrounds and custom layouts and everything. And it was great. It was like the best. And with the way I do my channels and stuff now, I really want to experience it again. I want to see what I can do with it as a guy who knows something about, you know, anything about graphic design. But we had that. And we used to have, if you were partnered on YouTube, which was to say you were making money for it, which was not a big thing back then, they would make it known by giving you access to a banner. And I never got a... Oh, I want that back, actually. I want those clams back. I never got access to a proper banner of my own. And I hated it. It was like, I want to do this, but I couldn't because I didn't have access to one. Wait. Oh, I gotta open the clam. There we are. Let me do some cooking. Where's the flame? Where's the obligatory cooking fire? I think there's one in the hotel underneath this large sleeping man. Holy shit. This is one guy. Why is he so big? What did he do? How did he do this? What's the exploit? He must have every possible size increase item on him at once. But like, anyways, going back to the whole YouTube thing, I didn't have a banner because you used to be able to put links on it too. Like, you used to be able to make it interactive with spots you could click that would do stuff. And we used to have GIF icons for like a very short time too, and people who had them didn't lose them for a very long time. So like, well after the point where GIF icons were removed as a function, people were still doing them. I don't know what happened to that. Like, that's some shit I want to see back on the site again. Can I get out of here without walking into stuff? Thank you. Like, that was cool. What happened to cool on the internet? The chicken. But oh man, I'm just having like nostalgia now for like old YouTube. Like I probably sound like the guy that video by Yukino Joe that remember the 90s. But no, for real, like 2008 to 2010 were just good years to be on the internet and making content, and now it's too streamlined. It's too streamlined, and I don't like it anymore. I don't feel like I have enough control over the flair of my content like I used to. Not to say I don't have control, because I do, but it has to be within the content, which isn't special to me. You know, it isn't like I can't present my content in an interesting way. Although I guess I am, because alongside access to banners, we didn't have access to thumbnails either, and now we have that too. But I just want my goddamn backgrounds back. Bring back the old YouTube page design. I want to see that again. You know, And you can still see it on archive.org. You can go to like old pages and shit, and you can see what kind of like shit I was following if you go to my page probably. Back when I was Crazy Kirby 97, would I fucking hate that name. I've said this a million times. I've been watching old YouTube content from myself, and I'm gonna go through my friends' content later because I'm fascinated by like the whole world of like obscure 0 subscriber, 0 view 2008 videos. I just watch the hell out of those because they're interesting, you know. They're weird and unique. But I want to watch all my videos. I've been doing it. I'm not missing that opportunity. And fun fact, I'm opening up the comments section on those videos for the first time in like 8 years. And I'll explain that in a bit. But there is some cringy shit, man. Like there's like I used to say, okay, so before the wonderful world of waffles and potato and bacon, did other people do this? We used to say I like pie, and when I was in 5th grade and 4th grade, we used to write it on each other's school books, and it bled into my videos. And this is why I know I was making videos in 5th grade outside of actual upload dates, was because I was specifically saying I like pie, and I was referencing pie a lot, and I was using an insult which I probably should not use as an insult. I'm not saying I do. I'm not going to repeat it. It's not a bad word, but as an insult it is, which is why I'm not going to repeat it. But because I don't want to, you know, get myself in the shitter for something I said 9 years ago. But there's that, and like, it's just interesting. It's if not a time capsule of my life or, you know, current events at 9 years ago, it's at least a time capsule of the culture of my age group then. And isn't that what we truly need in life, is to know more about ourselves or like the world around us? Because I'm fascinated by like the history of culture, and there's not a lot on that. And 2008 culture is like this, it's this thing we're obsessed with, but we don't have a lot on it. And I'm gonna say studying. I'm gonna say the word studying. I'm not professionally studying it, but I have been just obsessed with it lately. So, and I'd love to write a book on it at some point. Just like, we used to say this, and we used to have this, but I don't know how to go about writing this yet. You know, a day in the life of 2008. But I'll do it eventually. That's what I say about all my projects, but I will do that eventually. But I just want to watch more videos before I even try touching something like that. And I want to read books about culture to see how people touch things like that. But I just remember, like, I was watching the videos, and I discovered a noise I used to make, which does not sound good. When you're like a little kid, you're not very creative, so a lot of times you repeat the same joke over and over again, and it just becomes your thing. And it's not to say adults don't do that. I know a lot of adults who do that. But when I was a kid, I used to go, or my brother used to go, oh, whenever he'd hear something gross, really loud, and not gross, like vaguely sexual, I guess. And I don't think he understood any of the jokes. I think it was just because I pretended to understand them, and we thought it was funny. But you know, we thought other people thought it was funny. That's how you describe jokes in middle school. It wasn't that you thought it was funny, it's that you thought other people thought it was funny, and you were just trying to fit in with a culture. It didn't exist, but everybody was trying to fit in with it, so they all just sort of made it exist, but like inadvertently. But it's just so weird watching those videos, and I don't think anyone goes through this. I don't think anyone goes, like, a lot of people delete those videos. And I only delete the ones that get copyright strikes. I didn't know what copyright law was back in the day. But, you know, the ones that are still up there, I watch them. I'm watching them because I'm just like, I need to, you know? There's something in there. And it's important to, you know, keep that era alive, I guess. And watching popular stuff from then, as good as it is for understanding that time period, you need to watch unpopular stuff too, to get an idea of the average Joe who tried to make content, perhaps. I also, for some fucking reason, I thought it was funny in these old videos to sing Peanut Butter Jelly Time a lot, or the Bagel Song, which is very 2008, even though it was 2010 when I did these. But God, it's just weird to think like that was funny to me at some point. But I was obsessed with meme culture back in the day, before it was called meme culture, and like, you know, I don't know what we even called it. We just called it popular, or we called it viral videos, I guess. God, hear that shit still. But like anything that was viral didn't have to be memes, but it'd be called memes, and viral videos were one of the same back then, and it was all a mess. The word meme is like a 2012 item. It's not something from that time, but we've retroactively put it onto things as, you know, example, I guess. But it doesn't work anymore because no one knows about that stuff, and I'm gonna document that time period, man. I'm gonna go hardcore into 2008 and through 2010, and just, you know, get that shit written down before it's gone forever. Because those videos, whether it be copyright reasons or people being embarrassed by them or some combination of that, they're disappearing rapidly, and I can't archive them, you know. I can never archive those things, but I can watch them and I can listen to them and I could gather that era, you know. I can gather it and, you know, write down my findings or talk about my findings, and you just get it. I just want to get something vague, you know. I don't want this to be some kind of like, ooh, I know everything about this era. I just want some like vague, like I can tell you about it if you ask me a question, you know. I can summon the answer and I can guess the answer accurately, but I don't know. We'll figure it out. Maybe you guys do want to see some kind of actual documentary or something on that, and maybe I'll do it. You know, I'd love to create a subreddit for 2008 content, and it doesn't have to be super 2080. It just has to be from 2008, and like make it obscure shit. Because there's Deep Into YouTube, but Deep Into YouTube only wants videos that are what's the word I want? They only want things that are weird or interesting. You know, something like old man singing the song that's not popular with old people or some shit like that. But I want something where it's like, I found this Let's Play with 0 views and this guy is talking about Obama versus Mitt Romney. Like, that's interesting to me, and I'd love to see some shit like that. Some guys talking about Mitt Romney for 3 hours. I would fucking love to watch that. Are you kidding me? And not like in a positive way. I just want, like, man, I remember I fucking hated Mitt Romney back in the day. I'm not saying I like him. I'm not saying he's even relevant anymore. This is the weirdest discussion. I've just created the video I described. We've just summoned it. But I remember specifically, like in 2012, like I remember there was like the dog on the car seal, the car roof thing, and then there was like the, you know, the liberal tradition, speaking from the perspective of one, of saying they're going to destroy the country. We were doing that, of course, and I was like a young kid, and I was like, oh no, and it's like he's gonna take away women's rights, and I was like, oh no, and young me was just like, this is the worst outcome. And I got obsessed with it, and I was like, oh man, I'm gonna be, if Obama loses, I'm gonna cry and be sad. And man, like, and then, you know, looking at today's politics, that's really funny. But you know, I remember the time I drew a picture of Barack Obama punching Mitt Romney, and I couldn't draw humans, so it looks like fucking Barack Obama looked like a fucking Pokemon character. That's how I would describe him. And Mitt Romney looked like I was trying to draw like one of those really funny political cartoon guys, but I wasn't capable of it. But it had a style to it. I wasn't capturing that style, but it had one. And oh, I gotta kill these things, don't I? But I had a friend who saw it, and they were like, this is disturbing. And I was like, what? It's Barack Obama winning the fight, the good fight for America. And what a time. But I just remember people being offended by it, and I didn't understand why it was offensive, because I didn't understand they were political parties. I was like, I thought everyone was on his side. except those people who don't like, people who are racist or some shit. I'm not going to get involved in the true political nature of it, but just the 12-year-old's perspective on the political nature of it. I guess 14-year-old. I'm sorry, guys. Did you not like me messing up my own age? 15-year-old. My bad. There we are. Now we're accurate. But 14, 15-year-old. That's what I should say. I wasn't quite either. I was in the middle point. But I remember also this. Oh man, this is interesting shit. I remember when Obama won. The first thing I did was I went on meme base to see what people were saying, because that was my exposure to the rest of the world, was going on meme base, and I remember seeing this GIF of Barack Obama punching Mitt Romney, which I was so proud of. I was like, oh yeah, it happened, but it wasn't real. It was like some obviously badly edited GIF. But I still was like, oh, it happened, guys. And, yeah, what a great time. Man, it's weird, because that's like the exact thing that... I'm not trying to speak in his defense, okay? Before I say this, I'm not taking sides here. I'm not, I'm not saying this politically. I'm just saying this out of interests. I'm fascinated by this kind of stuff. From a neutral perspective, I'm just fascinated by this. But the time Trump got in trouble, like, that's the exact same thing. And had that been today, that guy who made that meme probably would have gotten in trouble with, like, the news outlets. Or maybe not, because the reason the guy got in trouble was because Trump reposted it. And Trump stole a meme. But, man, can you guys believe we elected a man who steals memes? Is this really what we want for America? But I just remember man, like, back in the day, that was the coolest shit, being like, wow. I thought for a little bit that guy had seen my drawing. I just want to say, by the way, completely unrelated note, and I'm not going to say why I deleted it, but I used to have an old DeviantArt that had the same username that I fucking hate and I fucking despise, but I would kill to look at my art from there again, because it's shitty art, and it's not very good, and I have a little bit of it on paper. Maybe I'll do an art show sometime. But that's what we gotta do, guys. Oh my god, hold up. Okay guys, ready for this? 1 second. Let's talk about this perfect ass idea. And you can make posts about it already. Go ahead. I'll make a proper post about it in a little bit after the stream. But here's my $1 million idea of the day. Let's make a... This is the wrong bottle. This is not the one my water is in. Let's make a live stream where we do an art show. Okay? Like, an art show where I would tell people I'm doing an art show. I would take submissions, and I would show the art on camera, and we'd talk about it, and we'd be like, what do you think this means? What about this? What about this? And then if somebody's trying to sell a print or something, I'd probably sell it, and I would not do that. Don't worry, I'm not selling anything. But, and I'm saying this in the truest sincerity. I mean this. I'm not saying this as like a meme. I'm saying this legit. Let's do a fucking art show. But the one rule is you have to send me art you made when you were 12. It can't be art you made when you're an adult. That's be like your cringy old DeviantArt OCs, or like your edgy Invader Zim fanfiction or shit, whatever shit like that. Just send me bad things you made back in the day, and we'll do a stream. It can be anything, not just pictures. It could be like fan art, or fan fiction, or music, I guess. Maybe that's something, a video you made. Just send me it. I will make an email for this. We'll call it Sleepy Art Show, or something like that. We'll come back to that. I'll tell you all more details on Twitter today or tomorrow. But let's do a cringe art show where everybody's consenting. This isn't like I'm finding some kid's art on the internet. This is consenting adults who are like, I made this when I was 12. And don't send me someone else's art. That's obviously not good. But let's go for it. Let's do an art show. Tell me as much as you want about your art. I'll talk about it on camera, and I'll give my opinion on it. Let's just go for it. This could be, we've hit the jackpot, guys. We've hit the ultimate idea here. This is the peak of human invention. Okay? And you can't convince me otherwise. This is true. This is the best. We've done it. We've thought of the greatest thing. This is going to be the best stream. This is going to be the best stream of them all. What are we playing World of Warcraft for? This could be an art show. And we'll do this in February. Okay? We'll do it in February. And we'll start it in February. I might make this an ongoing series, but we'll start it in February. And we'll do it on... I don't want to do it in February. I have too much stressful shit coming up. And my brain doesn't want to fathom the idea that I'll live to February. I will. I'm not saying that in like a weird... You guys ever get that thing when there's a thing coming up on like a specific day in the future? Like I have work coming up next week, right? And my brain, because of this, because of like not wanting to do it, my brain is not considering the fact that there are days after that. And the idea of something happening on a day after that reminds me that exists and stresses me out. So we're going to postpone, we're going to move the art show closer. We're going to make it next... Saturday... No. Okay, I'll figure it out. I'll figure out when I want to do it. It'll probably be in February, actually, or late January. Depends on how fast I can get submissions. But, we'll do the art show. And I'll take submissions of people who don't watch the stream. I don't care if you guys watch my stream. You know, this is an attempt to get more viewership, but also an attempt to have some fun. You know, this stream is not about interacting with the existing community as much as it is interacting with a community. You know, if I have to build the community in the process, like, that's not a problem. And you guys shouldn't feel bad if I'm doing that, because I'm doing it with you. You know, you guys are still allowed. You guys are still involved. I'm just saying I want to get new people out of this, and I want to get to know people out of this. You know, I want to connect with people in an emotional sense. You know, and this could be fun. This could actually be genuinely fun. Maybe we'll find something that's just actually really good. Maybe we'll find that one guy who just was always good at art, and I don't know. Maybe we'll kickstart careers. Who knows? Something's gonna happen, and it's most likely going to be the funniest shit in my life. But I'm ready for this, man. That's all I'm gonna say. We'll figure it out. Man, Goldshire just keeps getting attacked today. I know it's because we're on an RP realm, but you know, there's actual not game benefits, but there's roleplay benefits to it. You can pretend you're cool, but come on, piece of shit, just kill him. Nice. Come on. There we go. This game is going so slowly right now. It's because I got the stream going. Come on, give me that. Okay, cool. And now we can leave. What's up here? Prowlers. Oh, prowlers, of course. Man, let's do it, guys. Let's do the fucking greatest stream ever conceived. God, this could take so long. I know nobody's watching right now, I'm well aware. Or maybe somebody is, I haven't been checking chat. I don't like looking at it because it becomes the focus of my commentary, like it is right now. But let's do a cringe art show, and maybe it'll be like it'll be better than Throwback Thursday used to be, because it used to be a stream I do where I'd watch my old videos, and it felt sort of egocentric, I guess. But this is better. This is like the same thing, but it's not me, so I can actually laugh at it. And like I've said before, I'm obsessed with 2008 culture, but I'm specifically obsessed with like the cringy parts of it, like the Invader Zim XD random part of it just fascinates me, because there's like all these specific things that we've all experienced, whether it be personally or like, you know, having friends who like that stuff, but we don't talk about it, and I want to like dive into that shit. But let's do a cringe art show. It'll be fucking great. I am ready. And like if you get yourself into it, you know, if you get yourself involved, you're obviously doing something that you're consenting to being made fun of. and it's specifically the past you that's being made fun of. And I'm, you know, I don't think anyone's gonna be bothered by that, but whatever. I'll post it on Twitter. I'll make a post, and you guys can repost, retweet it. And it's gonna be fucking great. You can tell all your friends, share the link around on like Discord and Facebook and all that. It's gonna be fantastic. You guys don't even know. And I want the worst shit you can give me. Like I don't want gross shit. Don't give me that. I don't want to get banned from Twitch. But like send me your furry OCs from 8 years ago who look like fucking Walt Disney threw up on them. That's what I want to see. I want to see the real 2008 shit out of this, man. Like I don't want to see the I don't want to see that like oh, I had this piece of fan. I want to see. Listen, we got to talk real 2008 here. I want to see your self-insert OC kissing Shadow the Hedgehog. That's what we got to get in here. That's the real 2008 shit right there. Can you leave me alone, you piece of shit wolf? God damn. I'm gonna murder him. I can imagine what I just said sounds really weird to somebody just getting into the stream, by the way. We're talking about a cringe art show, if anyone's just tuning in. Which is the best idea I've ever had, let's be real. I'm gonna fucking, wait a second. I'm gonna fucking, on camera, live on camera, I'm gonna ask my friend if this is a good idea. Because this is the best idea I've had in years. I love this. I'm proud of this idea. We gotta find grown adults who used to be cringy. It can't be people who are currently cringy, because they can just shitpost on me, you know? I want the whole humor of this is you were serious at some point. But oh, I'm so proud of this idea. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna make the best stream. Would you watch a cringe art show? Wait, I gotta put like I gotta make this cringy art I made in middle school. There we go. Let's get a live response. Let's get a live answer on this one. This is gonna be the best. This is gonna be the best stream. I've done it. I've set the best stream in stone. I can't wait to tweet this. Like, I'm excited now. Like, you guys have... I've given myself true joy, true excitement. God damn. We're getting fucking... I'm not gonna describe this situation. Any word I use will sound bad. You know, 8 years ago it would have been cool to have an answer for this, but not anymore. It is really weird, right? I want to talk about this because this is really weird. When I was in middle school, everyone would use phrases. Cover your ears if you're easily offended. Even if you're not easily offended, don't repeat what I'm about to say. Okay? Don't say these words. I'm not condoning using specific offensive words, but for example, you know, 10 years ago, using gay as an insult or using retard as an insult was normal, right? And our parents and our teachers told us, you can't say that. And they weren't offended by it. They just didn't want to hear us saying it. But it's weird because the current political climate doesn't accept that. They're not okay with it. And it's us. Like, this is our political climate. We're the ones creating it. And it's just interesting to see us tearing down this thing we made and being like, okay, back up. That's a bad idea. And it's more interesting to see the way adults react to it, because if you tell an adult, if you go to a 50-year-old man and ask him, can I call my friend gay? I want to use that as an insult. I know, and that's specifically why I'm using this as the example. If you ask them that, they would say no. And they would say no for the sake of, you should not be calling people names, you should not be doing that, it's rude. But if you tell them, is it offensive as an insult? Or if you tell them it's offensive as an insult, don't question it, assert it, right? they will get defensive about this thing that they had told you not to do. And the interesting thing is, it is offensive. And I would not deny that it's offensive. But it's interesting that the minute, like, if you say something's wrong, versus if you say something is wrong versus something is offensive, the reaction is different with that specific culture. And I'm fascinated by it, because that's not, what's the word I want to say? It's not hypocritical, because the word offensive and the word wrong mean different things, right? To offend somebody is to say they are bad for something that's out of their control, and to make them feel bad for something that is out of their control, for a factor they don't have a hand in. And to offend somebody is wrong, obviously. It is morally incorrect. But to wrong somebody, like to just let's say you just insult somebody for something that is in their control, I'm not saying it's okay. Okay, it's not okay, but it's not offensive. Like, if you guys told me my hair looks bad, that's not offensive, okay? But my parents, if you ask my parents if it's okay to say that, they would say no. But if spontaneously hair culture became a thing and making fun of hair became less accepted, this is a weird hypothetical, and you were able to state the phrase that is offensive, people get offended by it. And I think the reason is simply people don't mind being told what they can and can't do. Well, okay, let's say it like this. People don't mind being told you shouldn't do something, what you should or shouldn't do. People do not like change, and being told you can't do something is different than being told you shouldn't do something. And the reaction's different. But when it comes down to it, right, using those specific insults, you should not have been doing that in the first place. You know, regardless of whether or not it's offensive, you shouldn't have been. And I'm acknowledging the people who are now trying to remove it, which includes me. I don't like hearing them. I do step in. I am like this. Okay, don't say that. That's bad. You've gone too far. But it's interesting specifically because, like, as soon as I say it's offensive, like, if I just say, come on, man, too far, they're like, okay. And then when I say, like, you're gonna, you know, that it's not okay, you can't say that anymore, they're suddenly just like, no, you know what, fuck you. And it's like, what? If I told you you couldn't call somebody stupid because it's rude, you'd be all over that shit. You'd be like, yeah, even if you fucking regularly do it. And, man, it's just, oh, dude, another rare. Oh, shit, dude. Oh, shit, dude. This is the best stream. This is the best day of playing this game that I have experienced in many years. Come on, give it to him. Burn him. Are those guys rares? Whenever I see a person with, like, a specific name, I'm always like, is that a rare? And usually it isn't, but you never know. You should always... Oh my god, we're out of space. I'll clean it up in a sec. I have the mount somewhere. But anyways, yeah, I don't know. Maybe I need to stop saying hypotheticals and just be like, okay, you guys get the point. But I don't know. I think it's just because people want to believe that somebody's out to get them. Like, you guys have heard the whole victim culture, in the sense that, this is gonna sound bad, I gotta phrase this properly. There's a very large outcry against, like, there's a very large, this isn't a new thing, this is like, you know, the oldest trick in the book, is playing the victim when, people want to be a victim inherently. Like, if something bad happens, because we live in a world where things are, you know, up and down, black and white, you know, that kind of thing. You know, good and bad. People are convinced that if you are not the victim, you are the causer. What's the word I want? The criminal of the situation, I will say. I don't know the actual word for that. I don't know why. I probably do know the word. I just can't remember the word. But, like, the culprit. That's the word I want. Like, you know, if I'm not a victim of, you know, silencing, that means I'm the silencer. When there's never a situation, like, no one's being silenced or anything. It's just like we're asking you not to use a more appropriate, you know, way of saying the same thing. We're not saying you can't call somebody stupid. We're just saying don't do it at somebody else's expense, but you know, some third party's expense. But I think the thing is, because we're so obsessed with the idea of, I guess, both justice and the idea of, you know, I am the victim of something bad at all times. Like, it's easy to be like, you know, if you're not offended by something, other people shouldn't be either. But I don't know. I'd love to break that shit down. That's an interesting part of the human psyche right there. But did I get a response on Discord? I'm gonna go into some other servers and ask that same question. I'm gonna be like, hey, you guys, would you watch a cringe art show? And if they say yes, I'd be like, I have some good fucking news. But I want to see if I can get a viral Twitter post out of it, at least. You know, not like, I'm not saying that in the sense of like I've always wanted a viral post on Twitter, but in the sense of like I just want to see if anyone's interested. If it doesn't go viral, I won't do it. And that's why I'm not. I've already set it in stone, haven't I? I'm not saying. Yeah, I don't know. I'm the kind of person who, when I do something that involves content like that, I don't like to go find it. I like people to bring it to me, and it be theirs, and I don't have to worry about someone being like, you used my art, you made fun of me, you know. I didn't know any better. Because this is, once again, this is one of those situations where it isn't offensive. I don't think making fun of 12-year-olds is offensive, but it's more like, they didn't know any better. Don't make fun of them. Who cares if they're better now? They didn't know then. But when it's something like, I'm laughing at myself, please laugh with me. That's when it's like, yeah, okay, if you guys send me something and tell me it's cringy that you made, and I'm like, yes, it is cringy, and everyone else can laugh at it, you know, if you get offended at that point, it's like, this is on you, buddy. This is yours. You fucked up here, bud. Like, I'm not a, there's no victim in this situation. You know, there is a victim, but I'm not responsible, you know. God, my voice is disappearing again. I talk too much and it kills my voice. But, this is an interesting episode. I'm gonna call this episode Cringe Culture. Not Cringe Culture, I'm gonna call it 2008 The Experience. I'm gonna make some thumbnail. I'm not gonna make a thumbnail for this. I used to do that. I used to hide things in thumbnails with like other channels, not this one, where I do like thumbnails that are like, oh, this one's gonna be funny, but not this. Nah, not gonna do that, because it's just gonna make it hard to find this video, and people are probably just trying to watch this series on YouTube, and yeah, I don't want to take that away from people. Is anyone here? Is anyone watching this stream? I am very interested in discussing my ideas with people, but oh well. Wolf fur boots. I don't need any of this shit. I have like the highest level armor I can have right now at this point, which is to say very shitty armor. But I'm very low in the game, and I'm not trying to get that far that quickly, so I'm sort of just taking a leisurely stroll through this game, because I haven't done it in a while. I usually power level through it, so, you know, sitting down and playing it feels nice. It feels right, but, I need to get someone, like, one of these streams, I say it, it's such a weird phrase to say, one of these streams, I need to get someone on the phone, like, in terms of, like, Discord, not an actual phone, but, like, I need to get, like, one of the viewers on and just talk to them about something, because I've wanted to do that. I've wanted to have, like, call-ins at some point. You know, hypothetical. I'll be like, anyone want to talk about this? And someone will be like, me! And I'll bring them on with a special rank and role on Discord. But I'd love to discuss the cringe culture or not cringe culture, but the 2008 culture. I call it cringe culture because 2008's mostly cringy. Even the good parts of 2008 were pretty cringy looking back at it. We watched fucking... Like, what kind of videos were we watching? We were watching Make Me Bad 35 and Ray William Johnson and Fred and, like, Annoying Orange. And you can convince me that those were enjoyable at the time when you didn't have anything like it. And you can tell me there's a lot of artistic integrity to them. There's not, but you can tell me that. You know, this is a country of free speech. But you can't convince me that those aren't the least bit cringy looking back at them. Because they are. They are not great videos. They are not quality content. But, yeah. Did we do Teldrassil? I think we did Teldrassil at some point. That's why we were this far in the game without having started this area. Oh, that's what we did. We did Teldrassil. We went to Darkmoon. And then we went back to Teldrassil. Or we went back to here. Because you have to go here to go to Darkmoon. And we're going to do this, and then we're going to do Ironforge, and then we're going to move on finally. That makes sense. How much alchemy can we be doing right now? It looks like we're not really set to do anything, but we're just going to be collecting stuff and not using it for a while. We can make a bunch of these. I'll probably make one just to have it. Yeah, just to drink it. I don't actually want it, but maybe we can get to level 100 at some point. I don't know. What does this do? Health increased by 54. That sounds... That's okay. It's not good, but I just wanted to try it, you know, see what it does. You never know. I don't know what Fortitude is, so I was just like, what is that? I should have guessed. I should know what these words all mean by this point. I've never done alchemy before. I've dabbled in it in this game. Like, I've had characters who had alchemy, but I didn't get farther than these starter areas, going through them all. So, doing it legit now is, like, really weird. I'm making all these items I've never used. I don't use potions in this game, which is wrong. Don't do that. Never. But, yeah. I had someone, people always say when you want to make money in this game, what you gotta do is you gotta collect mats and sell them. And I always thought mats were items, like actual mats. I thought, like, oh, it's an alchemy thing, or like an inscription thing. Like, I don't have access to that. I never realized they were talking about materials, and they were referring specifically to the act of, like, see all this, where is it, 92 Peace Bloom, and 92 Silverleaf, and 50 Earthroot, and all that? Sell that shit. If you aren't going to use it, sell it on the auction house. That shit is worth a lot. But, I'm very sorry for this background noise, by the way. I can't control that. You might have to turn up your... Here's how you can listen to all the background noise, guys. You guys want to hear my washing machine? It's not my washing machine. There's people, but you guys want to make the audio bad? Turn up the volume. Listen to my voice. But I told you guys, back to the whole topic of my videos I used to make. So I guess Chaka Conroy, it had to be him, did these like menus for his Let's Plays where it would be like it'd be like these little like annotation powered menus where it would lead you to like specific levels or whatever. And I discovered I had my own Let's Play for Super Mario Galaxy where I did a menu, right, with links to all the places, and half the fucking buttons don't work, and the other half of them take you to like weird, like they reload the page, for example, and like here, like there's like one video I did where it was like Bowser's levels, and like one of the links was like click here for cheats, which nobody would ever possibly fall for, and you click it and it takes you to fucking Rickrolls. Rickrolled, and then like, oh my god, what a fucking video. It's like a really shitty low quality video because it was made in Windows Movie Maker in 2011. I think I'm almost past the 2010 point. I'm almost there. I'm getting through the Let's Plays on my channel. This is not this channel you're on right now. This channel started a year ago. I'm talking about, if you're watching this on YouTube, the Sleepless Shit Poster, just that channel, which is dead now. Don't worry about it. But I only use it for streams once in a great while. But what a great day. Oh, dude, someone's Any women want to earn jeweled onyx panther? He's asking for cyber, but I want that mount still. Oh, this is... I don't want to go... Oh, this is another zone. We need to go kill Hogger still. That's right. God, I got a headache right now. I made pizza today, and then my roommate made more pizza, and our oven has warmed up the dorm, like, well beyond what it should be. And we have the heater on, so it won't go back down. So I had to, like, turn on the cooling to get it back down quicker. And then it got to like 60-something, and I had to turn it back up again, and it got back up to like... The point is, it was going up and down constantly, and now I got a fucking headache from it. It's great. It's great. You know, the human brain is something to behold. Especially because you can get yourself fucking sick just by messing with the thermostat too much. But, come on. Please, game. The traveling in this game is ridiculous. Can I get, I think I can get one of the writing skills, can't I? No, that's not on this character. It's not on my other characters. I can get the writing skill. I haven't done it yet. That tells you a lot about how I play this game. I just do shit. I sort of do just play this game sort of haphazardly. Like, I just sort of like, oh, I'm gonna go do some PvP. Oh, look, dungeons. Oh, quests. Like, I have a main character. My main character is still in Outland in terms of quests. I have a new main character. And then my old main character, who I've been using to actually play BFA when it's relevant, isn't doing it. Like, I played all of Legion while it was relevant with that character, and it was great. And now I'm in BFA, and I've done, like, 3 zones, and that's it. Like, I've done all of Kultiras, but I haven't even touched Zandalar yet, and I don't want to. I just sort of I've had enough. Like, I played through a little bit of it, and I was like, there's nothing interesting happening. Like, there's some shit with witches, I guess, and there's, you know, there's a fucking old god segment, and I still just don't care, you know. And that says something about the quality of the expansion. But I don't know. I just don't like it. Maybe I'll like Zandalar. I don't know. I hate it. There's like this desert area in Zandalar, and I only know this because I got to do like the little beach storming segment with it. And it's got the snake people, I don't know their names. I just don't care, man. It's a boring expansion. It's a shit expansion. You know, they don't care. I don't feel like the developers give a shit about me anymore, and that's why I just can't get into the expansion. But also, just the aesthetic is not my thing. Like, here's the thing, right? People complain when I say this. Here I go again. Everyone cover your ears. I don't want to deal with complaints. I did, so there's, let me think. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe. Is there 4? Let me check the map. 1 second. Zoom out. 1 here. There's Zul'Grub. There's... Is there one here? I don't know if there's one here. There's Ghostlands, which has some Zulamon or some shit. There's 2. There's a 3rd one near Ironforge. There's a 4th one here on Darkspear. There's a 5th one in here in Tanaris. I'm getting somewhere with this. There's a 6th one somewhere, isn't there? There's a 6th troll tribe in the base game. Okay, let's say there's 5. Let's just stick with 5, right? There's 5 troll areas in the base game. There's a 6th one in Outland in Zuldrak. There's a 6th one in Pandaria with Kunlai Summit with the Zandalari. And there's surprisingly not a tribe of trolls on Broken Isles, I don't think. There might be one, but I can't think of them. But the point is, there's 7 fucking troll zones, I think. And we got a new one, Zandalar, which is one we've already seen. We've already seen them. We've seen their building styles. And it's cool they had dinosaurs, but you're making the same shit. which is from Pandaria, no doubt. Like, it's not even from an expansion people like. I don't care. I don't care about trolls, and I don't care about humans. Why would I play an MMO like this for humans? Like, when you can play as things like elves and dwarves, why would I want to play as a fucking human? I do that in real life. Like, there's too much stupid shit in this expansion. Too much shit I don't want to deal with. Like, it's overabundance of shit. And I understand that they're important to the lore, and they're like a central race to Azeroth, but can we just take a break, guys? Like, you know what made Mists of Pandaria fun for me? Is the fact that there's an entirely new aesthetic and new people. And, like, Outland introduced an entirely new... a bunch of new aesthetics and a bunch of new races. And outside of, you know, the fucking troll area, even Northrend had, like, the undead and the ice and all that. And it's cool. And there's, like, these Norse-themed things. And, you know, there's a Beowulf reference and shit like that. And that's, like, right up my alley. But, BFA sucks. I'll just say it. I'll be real with you guys. I'm not gonna sugarcoat this. BFA is fucking boring. It's aesthetically boring. It's the level design's boring. There's a third rare. We have found a third one, ladies and gentlemen. This is the best stream. We are in the best timeline. We are not going atop this. But like, it just sucks, man. Like, who cares? That's the question you gotta ask with this kind of game. And I'm not saying that in a, like, you know, I am saying that, with, especially with BFA, like, who cares? But also, in terms of, who cares? Like, ask yourself that when you make something. Who's gonna give a shit when, with your content, and with your storytelling, and with these groups you're introducing, and all that? Because Lord knows I don't. You know, Lord knows, like, this is interesting to me, right? This is, like, this is a silly character who fits the aesthetic of this world, who is beloved by many, and perhaps I only love him because I'm told to. But I'll tell you one damn thing. I don't give two shits about the Zandalari anymore. I'm done with them. I've had enough of them. You've not convinced me that the Zandalar... You've not convinced me that enough shit is going on in Zandalar right now to warrant making an expansion about it. You know, like, Northrend, Lich King, you know, Pandaria, you had the Shah, Broken Isles, and Outland, you had the Burning Legion. There's some crazy shit going on, you know, and the old gods are always a side thing. They're always an afterthought. They're not part of the main story, in the sense that the story is not driven by the old gods. The old gods are there when appropriate. But Zandalar is not driving the story in an interesting way. Cool Tiras is not. I don't care. That's the problem. I don't care about this expansion. Like, oh, I got a thing, I guess. Like, fucking when Legion came out and we were told that Illidan was coming back, that was exciting news. The lore became a big deal there. You got to meet the Lightforged. You got to go to Argus finally. Like, after all these years of it being, like, mentioned, you know, offhand. I'm choking on my own saliva right now. We finally got to see the Trolls' homeworld. The Draenei's homeworld. I'm sorry, everything in this game is a fucking troll. I'm not saying that as a joke. In the lore, everything in this game is either a troll or a statue or an alien. One of the three. But, or you know, Cthulhu. That's not any of those things. The bugs got an award with the trolls, but anyways, like, I don't care, you know? I don't care about even Draenor, which was a shit expansion and not, it had the same problems. I don't care about the orcs, but it wanted to be interesting, you know? And a lot of the problems with it was it didn't present itself how it wanted to because of content cuts. But, you know, it had Garrosh, who everyone loves. Everyone loves Garrosh in a sort of villainy way. Everyone loves like Thrall was there. Thrall's cool, right? Thrall's a good character. It had fucking... Can you not? Could you just leave me alone? It had Garrosh Hellscape. It had fucking what's his name? Gul'dan. You know, literally the most important character in this world. The reason half the shit in this series happened. That's fucking cool. You know, I'm invested in that. Even if I'm not. Even if I say I'm not. Even if you don't give me a reason to be. There's a couple things in Draenor. Just the idea of Outland before it became Outland. That's a good idea. You know, there's some promise to that idea. BFA is literally just... You guys remember Warcraft 3? Warcraft 3 was cool. Hey, we're doing a Warcraft 3 remake. Like, it just sucks, man. I don't care. The Warfronts, I thought would be cool. I was like, oh, yeah. I thought the Warfronts were going to be RTS gameplay. I thought they were going to bring back original Warcraft with those. And I'm pissed they didn't, because they could. They've done more advanced shit with this game. I feel like they could do it. If they can dedicate resources to making Bejeweled as a toy that you can use if you want, like... What are you taking away from the game by making some levels inspired by the game that people are fucking playing this from? You know, people who came here from. People came here for. I can't speak today. I'm angry. I've gotten myself angry because I'm mad at this game, but it's just shit. You know, it's just no one cares. No one wants to make this game good anymore. It's Activision. It's bad writers. And you know, I'm saying this from a place of I love this game, and this game is good, and a lot of the things I like about this game are still here and still good. And what's ruining it is the stuff that I was, you know, not hesitant on, but they were like afterthoughts for me, like things that I didn't think I cared about. But seeing them be shit reminds me why I cared about them in the first place. And I don't know. And I should be the guy who at least acknowledges that the stuff I like in this game is still in it. The expansion that I have fun with is still a part of this game. I need these 2 items from Pilgrim's Bounty. You guys remind me to do that in November. But like, I don't know. BFA just sucks. It might get good, maybe. You know, after the matter of money stops being a thing and it's just old content, maybe I'll like it more. Because I like Draenor in retrospect. I like Draenor as... like Draenor and Pandaria and Cataclysm, all 3 of them. I like them looking back in a sort of like, now there's no matter of challenge because it's going to be one-hit kills regardless. It's old. Now I can just enjoy it on the aesthetic and on the mechanics and on the level design, and they're admittedly okay. I wouldn't say they're good. I wouldn't say they're, you know, I wouldn't say they're Northrend levels of good, but they're okay. You know, I think Mount Hyjal is a pretty appealing zone. I think Val Shara is one of the best zones in the game, just aesthetically. You know, I think Shadow Moon Valley in Draenor is fucking awesome. And Frostfire Ridge has some great aesthetic, and do more stuff like that, guys. Please, I'm begging you. Please, this game has nothing going for it anymore. Just give us that one thing. But I'll take this quest. But like something like, oh, my inventory is full. Oh, I didn't know that. Let me go find the shopkeeper then. In here, I don't want to use one of those and have them go away. Let me browse your goods. But like something like the... Oh, don't sell that. Oh, don't sell that. Buy it back. We need boots. I gotta send them to somebody. I don't know who I'll send them to. I don't think I have a leather character on here, but I'll hold on to them because well, those I'm selling because I want those. I want that appearance for my main character. But just like, I don't know, man. It's this expansion, this whole thing has just been lost potential, man. That's all it's been. Stringy wolf meat. Why have I not cooked that? Do I have a male character? Not a male character in terms of gender, but a male character in terms of... Wait, buy that back. I want that. I want to equip that. Nice. A little bit more space that way. Character who wears male armor. Male being the material, not the gender. I'll sell that. That's useless to me. It's kind of shit. That's a 6-slot bag. I don't need that anymore. Have I sold any larger bags? I feel like I have. Oh well. Yeah, we're gonna replace them all soon anyways. But I don't know. You know, I shouldn't complain. I'm playing the game still, you know, so as much as I complain, they aren't gonna change it until I stop playing. I'm not gonna stop playing probably. But do I have anything in here? I have nothing in this bank. How much gold do we have? 80 gold. Damn. I'm gonna auction some shit, and I think I'm gonna start drawing to a close, not end it, but you know, slow the stream down a little bit. But I don't know, man. I just want Blizzard to tell me why I care. That's what I want them to do. I don't want them to do anything. Okay, don't say that. Don't say that. I don't want them to do anything wildly different. BFA is not. It's not like Cataclysm where they're absolutely just fucking up the game, right? It's just that it's not the best. It's not up to par with what I consider the good content in this game. What is this? I don't want this. I don't want any of this. I'll hold on to those, actually. I'll sell them later. But, like, I don't know. Oh, that's not what I want to sell that for. There we are. We're not going to get a lot out of this cloth, I guess, but I don't know. Like, I gotta think my words carefully here because I don't want to offend anybody who does like the expansion. And I'm not like Asmongold, who's been going around saying, you know, people are just trying to suck Blizzard's dick. I'm not like that. I think you are. I'm not against the possibility of that, but does it really matter? Like, does it really matter if they're making a shit expansion? You don't need people to agree with you for it to be a shit expansion. Just be honest with your opinions, you know? I feel like people are so desperate now to have non-differing opinions that they'll, like, you know, be like, oh no, like, you gotta think it's shit. I think it's shit, but, you know. What am I doing now, by the way? What's my next goal? Where are we going next? You guys want to watch a pet battle? Oh, I've already shown that pet battle. Never mind. I got the tickets to prove it. And I want to get in my main character, so I'm trying to get a mount. So yeah, and I get my mounts, my main character, and I can't really do them again on the stream. So sorry if there's some kind of content you guys wanted to see that involves, you know, actual adventures and shit for collectibles. I don't think you guys will ever see me get collectibles aside from armor on this stream. Not to say you won't, but I don't think you will. Maybe I'll go through a raid just to show it, and I'll get a drop to happen. But other than that, I'm not gonna go get one of those scavenger hunt things, for example. That's never gonna happen. That's dreaming. But where's that guy that was? There he is. The wine shop quest. I want to do that. We gotta go turn that in so I can sell it for copper. But I don't know. What's your guys' opinion on I know no one's watching right now. I don't think there's any viewership. I haven't seen any of our regulars in a while, but whatever, you know. I think the problem with the stream is that is Twitch's fault. Here I go. I'm gonna sound like a fucking conspiracy theorist. I don't mean to. It takes so long to update the game. I put into the thing the little the thing in below, the little like tag thing, that I think I'm getting mislabeled, and I think people are seeing it and they're like, that's not Psychonauts, I'm not watching this. Or they'll be like, that's not, you know, Minecraft, what is this garbage? This is some weird platformer with a brain man. But like, fucking fix that, guys. That's the worst. You are stealing my viewership by doing that. You're making me look like I'm an irresponsible streamer who is tricking his viewers, and I'm not. I care very much about my viewers' integrity, and here's an interesting thing to say, because I've said before, I don't want to offend anybody, And it's not because I'm like, oh, offensive, everything. But it's just because, like, I don't want to be the guy who, you know, I make someone's day shit by accident by saying something. It just seems like an easy way to fuck up someone's day, and it doesn't seem polite. But there's also the issue of I don't want to be condescending ever. That is my worst fear, is being like someone watching the stream and being like, he said something and it just makes me feel like a child. What are they doing? What's going on? Why are there people walking around? What is this? What are they doing the roleplay walk for? What? Okay. Anyways. King's Cider. Let's do it. But I hate that, man. I hate condescending content in general. Like people who are like, oh, you're a Let's Player audience, you don't understand anything smart. Like I will explain something I learned in college, because it's like, that is probably a thing most people don't know. You know, that is fair to say. And if they do know it, they will not be offended by hearing it. But like, I would never explain something like, okay, here's what I mean when I say algebra. I'm referring to this math. Like, I see people who do that. They're like, they talk to their viewers like they're 8, and it's like, I'm not denying their viewers aren't 8s. I'm not saying their viewers aren't 8. I can fully believe their viewers are 8. This guy want those? No. No. I didn't want to be impolite. But like, I don't know. Don't do that, guys. Either acknowledge you're a Let's Player for kids, or don't be a Let's Player, I guess. Or better yet, don't make content for kids. Stop letting them on this website. That is the, and that goes for Twitch and YouTube. Stop letting kids on the fucking internet, guys. If your kids are watching YouTube right now, show them television. Show them a less productive thing. No, I'm just kidding. Show them, for real, there's nothing productive on this site. Get them off it. It's not a good habit. Break them from that one. Like, I'm not saying this as a serious thing. I'm not saying this in the sense of like, I thought it was King Varian Rin for some reason. Like, it looked like him, but it's just a Pandaren. Like, listen. If you're going to show your kids YouTube at a young age, and you're going to convince your kids that entertainment is internet-based, right? And purely internet-based, you might as well just, like, shove 12 cigarettes in their mouth, and then feed them something else addictive. I don't know. I'm bad with this. Like, it's not a good habit. It's not healthy, you know? Because the internet, like, television's designed where it's, like, 30-minute pieces, right? And the most they expect you to spend there is like a couple hours. They don't expect you to be there all day. Some people are, and you shouldn't be. That's a bad habit too. Maybe showing them anything is a bad habit, and maybe you should just let them find shit on their own. But I feel like sitting your child down with a laptop and letting them watch YouTube as parenting, it's not only destructive in the sense of like, they can find anything, but you're teaching your child that entertainment is sitting down for hours on end with an iPad watching YouTube, which it isn't. And, you know, I'm saying that from the perspective of somebody who probably does do that sometimes, admittedly very often. But like, I don't know, it's an addiction, as they say. You guys all know the internet addiction. But like, it's for real. It is like it is a bad habit to get people into, to be like, hey, sit on the internet for long periods of time, and sometimes you find good videos. Like, I feel sometimes like I have watched all there is on YouTube sometimes. You haven't. I obviously have not. There are billions of years worth of content on this site. But I mean, like, sometimes I feel like I have watched everything there is that is worth watching on this site. And I'm just re-watching stuff now, or waiting for new stuff. And I don't know. YouTube's not interesting to me anymore. I don't find weird content and be like, oh, that's weird. I find weird content and I'm like, oh, weird content. What am I looking for? Wait a second. Where is this quest taking me? I gotta speak to some man in Stormwind. This man. Elmore's task. Ah, I've solved it, ladies and gentlemen. We got him. Oh, okay, that's the Loch Madon quest. I remember this. But yeah, I don't know. It's just bad. Hey, let's just go to Iron Forge and stop talking about how to raise your children. What do you guys say? I'm gonna stop telling people what to do with their own their own flesh and blood, and instead we're gonna talk about video games once more. Because we only got 15 minutes left of this stream, and I don't want to talk about something. I don't want to talk about life advice for 15 minutes. So, not that it's a bad thing to talk about, just that I don't want to do it because I'm not good at it. I'm not qualified. But is this stream? I'm not watching it at the highest quality. That's source. Damn. I'm not happy with that. I don't know why I'm not happy with that, but I'm not. But I don't know. Shit, come on. Piece of... I'm not gonna reach that in time. I'm not gonna make it to that train. God damn it. Well, not making it to that train. We're gonna sit and wait. And talk about other shit. I guess our goal now is to get to Iron Forge. Do a little bit on Iron Forge and then end the stream. That's the last city I gotta show off. So let's just sit on the bench. And we'll discuss other interesting shit. What else is there to talk about? Like, there's so much stupid shit that we, like, unknowingly implant into our children, I guess. I'm going back to this again because I'm interested in it. But, like, we teach our children stupid shit. Or we teach them bad habits, that's what I should say. And it isn't like you're sitting your child down and you're like, this is a cigarette, smoke 12 a day. But I feel like a lot of people with addictive personalities are the same people whose parents didn't want to break up their time, their free time. Because let me remind you something, guys. Like, because it's easy to forget as an adult, right? That your free time is like 2 hours a day as an adult. When you're a child, it's like 24 hours a day. Like, you literally have all day to do stupid shit. And you do. And I feel like there's not enough enforcement to remind them that you shouldn't do the same thing for 24 hours straight. And they get it in their head that, like, oh, it's normal to play a video game for a long amount of time, or it's normal to watch a lot of videos or a lot of TV. But it's not like... What do I want to say here? It's not... I don't know what I want to say here. I'm trying to get, like, it's problematic, I guess? I don't know. It's a bad habit. It teaches them something that, you know, it teaches them a bad habit. And it doesn't just affect the one thing you teach them. It does make it like, oh, entertainment is meant to be done for a long period of time. Or like, oh, I am meant to consume large amounts of food or whatever. But I just think all bad habits stem back to some stupid shit your parents let you do. Because here's the thing, right? Humans don't really learn a whole lot in adulthood. Not in the same way they do as kids, I guess. Like, adult you isn't learning speech patterns and, you know, behaviors. You're developing them, but you're not learning them in the same way. Like, you're not having the ones that are going to influence the way you are as a person being taught to you, I guess. But I don't know. Because, you know, a child does not have a personality in the same way that... Ooh, maybe that sounds bad. They don't have one that's their own. They don't just come up with one, you know. It comes from somewhere. But, you know. Ooh, this is my jam. This is my favorite song in the game. What does this man want from me? Norm. Find Bingle's Blassenheimer in Loch Madon. I'll accept this quest, but I'm not going to do it right now. Because it's just going to be some stupid quest I don't want to do. That's what they all are. But all these quests in these cities are just some stupid shit like, did you know there are zones that are harder than this one? Well, you should go to one of those. Maybe you should stop sitting around in the baby area. I would love if there's a fucking quest in this game where it's in... Okay, listen, Blizzard, if you're watching this, listen to me, guys. I want a quest in Ironforge from a gnome, and it's like, listen, did you know there are areas harder than this? Maybe you should go to those. Maybe you should stop being in the easy area. Maybe you should stop playing the game like a goddamn baby. Baby want a fucking bottle? And just progressively let it fall apart. Just make it worse as that quest title, that quest information goes on. That would be good. Okay? Listen, you don't have to be a serious game. I know this game doesn't always want to be serious. Sometimes it wants to be silly. And you know what? It can do that. Just stop making stupid shit when you want to make serious shit. You know? It's okay to be silly. Just make it funny. What was that? Wait a second. Dwarven Brazier. Oh, I thought the torch was something, and I was like, can I click this? Is this like interactive? No, these are just... Oh, it's so weird seeing this area empty. Because this is where Wintervale happens every Christmas, and it just ended. So I go here and I'm like, where's the Christmas stuff? I want to do Christmas, but it's not Christmas anymore. That's sad to say. I hate waiting for Christmas. Christmas and every holiday, when it ends, I'm just like, well, 365 more days without this. But, oh well. It's a bittersweet moment. You know, Christmas doesn't end on fucking midnight. Christmas ends like the minute you open the last gift, and everyone knows it. Like, there's still festivities happening, and it's still the season, but you don't think about it anymore. The minute you start playing that video game you got for Christmas, you're just like, what? It's Christmas? I didn't know that. I got a video game today. I've been playing this all day. Here we go. Me talking about those same things I said not to do. Like, I don't know. Anyways, I think we're near the end of the stream now, so I'm gonna start ending it. Tomorrow we'll do... Oh, not tomorrow. Jesus Christ, not tomorrow. We're doing Borderlands tomorrow. Next Friday, probably, we'll do more of this. We'll do Dunmoreau. Maybe even earlier. Maybe I'll do it like Monday or something. I don't know. I might do Psychonauts tomorrow also, so... You know, it's all a mess. Borderlands could be on hold for a while. I don't think anyone's gonna complain. Anyways, if you guys like what you saw, remember you can follow me on Twitch and on Twitter and on the YouTube archive channel and join our Discord, and all those links are down below. You can click the big fancy picture buttons, or you can copy paste the links like a fucking loser. I don't care which one you do. I'm not gonna tell anybody. It's our little secret. Unless you want to tell people which one you did. I'm sure you'll get made fun of if you copy pasted the link, but I mean, you know, it's your fault in that case. I'm gonna end the stream now. If you guys, yeah, I'm gonna see you all in the next one. I keep starting the outro over again, and it's not good. There. Goodbye, guys.